The Ridgeway Off-Road RC Show is on the air.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ridgeway Off-Road RC Show. This is the new segment on the RCU Radio podcast, bringing you weekly updates in the RC world, new guests mostly every week, but today we will not have a guest. This will just be myself, but I will hopefully have some guests next time. So, rundown of myself, I'm Aidan Ridgeway. I'm 16 years old, and I race off-road RC. So, e-buggies, nitro buggies, e-truggies, and nitro truggies in the 8-scale off-road world. And on here, we're just going to give you weekly updates of stuff that's going on in the 8-scale off-road world and have guests on here to come on here and chat with me and other stuff like that. It's going to be pretty sick. So first thing on the books was last weekend, I believe, was the Roar Fuel Nats, which is like the nationals event for off-road RC, which brings all the top pros there and they're battling for a championship. The nitro buggy is the big category, but they ran every other class too: e-buggy, e-truggy, and nitro truck. Both of the nitros I know came down to a nail biter. But as for the the electric classes, I'm not 100% sure. So let's see. So your top 5 for nitro nitro buggy was number 1 in was Dakota Fend in his new X-Ray. He's been with X-Ray this year since leaving TLR. Ryan Mayfield in the Techno was number 2, and rounding out your podium in the top 3 was Seth Van Dalen, also in the Techno. For your podium top 5, it was Chase Lemieux, which is an X-Ray driver. So 2 X-Rays and 2 Technos in the top 4. And Chase, I'm pretty sure, I think he bumped from the 1/4 final, because they run it where you have finals, even and odd, all the way down the ladder, and you have to climb your way up if you're in a lower one, and then it comes down to the half final, and then the top, because the TQ gets an automatic bid to the final. And then I believe, how many do they run? Okay, they run 12, so I'm pretty sure I'd have to look at it again. But, yes, so Dakota Fend 1, Ryan Mayfield 2, Seth Van Dalen 3, Chase Lemieux 4, and like I said, he was one of the talks of the weekend because he is super young, I'm pretty sure, and for you to get a top 4 at a Nationals that young, like, you got it figured out. Brandon Rose in the AE, leaving S-Works to join AE this year. He rounds out your top 5. Mayfield and Dakota for 1 and 2 they were within 2 seconds of each other. So it came down to the wire at the end. Rounding out your top 10, Spencer Rivkin in the AE in number 6, Camden Lime in the S-Works in number 7, Jared Tebow in the Techno in the number 8, Ryan Lutz, Kyosho number 9, Fee Long in the number 10 in the Kyosho as well. And then Jared Wiggins in the 11 spot in the Techno, and Ryan Cavallari in the 12 spot in the Mayako. Cole Ogden in the 13 in the Mugen, Aiden Horn in the 14 with his Associated, and Tater Sontag rounding out the field in the number 15 spot. So that's Nitro Buggy. Going to Nitro Truggy. 1 second here, I gotta go find it. Nitro Truck. Yeah, it's all the way down here. I'm pretty sure. Hold on a second. This is it. Yeah, because they changed the event for some reason. So Nitro Truggy, this one was a nail biter. It came down to the last lap between Fend and Mayfield, and it was Fend in the X-Ray taking the win with Mayfield in the 2, Wiggins in the 3, Rifkin in the 4, and Lutz in the 5. Rounding out your top 10, Brandon Rose, Jonah Wilson, your TQ. He had an unfortunate flame out, I'm pretty sure, which set him back. Mason Fuller in the 8. Mason Fuller came off hot from Silver State, taking all 4 class wins and 3 TQs in the pro category. Tebow in the 9, Cavallari in the 10, Seth Van Dalen in the 11, Spencer Heckert in the 12, Feelong in the 13, Camden Lime 14, and Tater Sontag in the 15. In electric truggy, Brandon Rose took the win. Ryan Mayfield in the 2, Dakota Fend in the 3, Seth Van Dalen in the 4, and Joey Bourdon rounding out your top 5. Spencer Heckert 6, Jonah Wilson 7, Jared Wiggins 8, Ryan Lutz 9, Lee Setzer 10, Feelong 11, Cole Caston in the 12, Tyler Hooks 13, Adam Drake 14, and Caden Fuller in the 15. All right, let's see. Electric Buggy had Dakota Fenn taking the win, Chase Lemieux in the number 2, Ryan Mayfield in the 3, Jared Wiggins 4, Joey Bourdon rounding out your top 5 again. Seth Van Dalen in the 6, Aiden Horn in the 7, Tater Sontag 8, Brandon Rose 9, Mason Fuller 10, Feelong 11, Lee Setzer 12, Jared Tebow 13, Spencer Rivkin 14, and Camden Lime in the 15 spot. So that rounds out everything for the Fuel Nationals. Another talk of the weekend was, let me see if I can find it, because Dakota Fend had a 10-minute, the qualifiers, they set them to 10 minutes, and Dakota Fend had a run with no pit stop. So he ran a full 10-minute qualifier with no pit stops. Where is it at? I can't remember. I don't know what qualifier it was. This looks like it was this one, because there's no lap out of like a 37 minus 1. Let's see. Q3. Did he do it every time, maybe? Q3 looks like 39. I think that's a little too short. I think they were like 40-second outlaps. So yes, 43-second outlap in Q2. So he did it in Q3 and Q4. Dakota Fend with a 10-minute pit stop. Because right here he had a 42. So yes, he did it in Q3 and Q4 with no pit stop, which is incredible in a buggy. In a truck, understandable, but in a buggy, that is absolutely wild. And Dakota Fenn's known for doing stuff like that. Moving on, I believe I want to give a huge shout out to, where is he at? Was he in this one? No, he was in the other one. Trent Walker. One of my Dialed RC teammates bumped from the the 1/6 final, no, the 1/8 to the 1/4 final, which is an incredible accomplishment in its own. Because that means you were 2 mains away from making it to the final. Well, if you bumped again, then you had one more race and then just finish where you needed to, and you'd make it to the final. But that's an incredible accomplishment for him. Other than that, I think that's about it. That wraps up the Fuel Nats. Your overall TQs, just to go over those for every class, was Dakota Fend TQ'd Nitro Buggy overall. And then let me go find this again. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. There we go. Yeah, so Dakota Fend TQ'd Nitro Buggy overall. That's final rankings. Nitro Truggy was Jonah Wilson in the Sparko, my Sparko teammate, taking overall TQ in Nitro Truck. And then again, having an unfortunate flame out, I believe, in the main, which set him back. Electric Truck was Ryan Mayfield. And then Buggy was Dakota Fend. So Dakota going 2 for 2 in TQs, Mayfield picking up 1, and Jonah Wilson picking up his biggest TQ, I believe he said, that he's ever had. Oh, excuse me. So now we will take this time to view the upcoming races in the United States. One race that is coming up is the Wicked Weekend in what, about a month, July 24th to 27th in Gainesville, Georgia. I myself will be at that one. The excuse me. The Roar Region 11 8-scale off-road electric nitro and four-wheel drive SCT champs will be in Spokane Valley, Wisconsin. No, Washington. Sorry. What is that? August 8th through the 10th. And then the Georgia Peach State Classic will be sometime in September. I think it's late September, like the last week, in Rabun, Georgia, or Tiger, Georgia, at the Rabun Arena. And you'll have the Fall Brawl in December coming later this year. Other than that, I do believe that about wraps it up. So, yeah, that's about it. So, thank you guys for joining me today on Ridgeway's Off-Road RC Show. Look forward to more content next week. Off-road updates. I should have a guest next week, so that'll be exciting. So just make sure you stay tuned, stay updated, and I will see you guys next time. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, whatever you're watching this on. Support the channel, support RCU Radio, help us all out, and I will be seeing you guys later. So long.
Thank you for listening to another great podcast on the RCU Radio channel. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends to join the channel for more RC content. RCU Radio. We cover it all.